Hi, and welcome to freshminds.com. My name is Eric, and we are continuing on with our DVD drawer. Let's go ahead and just add some feet really quick to it. I'm going to do that by creating a polygon cylinder. Raise that up, kind of zoom in. The channel box, I'm going to change the subdivision axis to 12. Kind of scale this down. That's pretty much it. Let's call this foot. I'm going to duplicate this, Control D to duplicate, move it down, scale it just in a little bit. I'm going to name this foot pad. Alright, if we smooth these right now, it's really not going to look the way it's supposed to, so let's unsmooth that. Just add some edge loops. Shift, right click, insert edge loop tool. I'm going to insert two up here at the top and one down here at the bottom. This one, same thing. Two at the top, one at the bottom. Alright, this one's kind of big, so I'm just going to add one more in the middle. That keeps that bottom edge from pulling up too much. Alright, so there we go. I'm just going to tuck that in there a little bit. Alright, there we go. So this right here is kind of like a rubbery material, and then this right here is actually kind of a plastic material, the same as the body. Alright, I'm going to select both these, delete the history on it. I'm going to group it together, and I'm going to name the group grp underscore foot, modify center pivot. I'm going to take this group and just move it into place. Kind of scale up the size. Let me turn my wires on so I can see a little better. Maybe something about like that. They're actually pretty small feet on this thing, so let's maybe something about like that. Alright, I'm going to duplicate that, Control D. Just going to move it to the back. So maybe somewhere around like right there. I just want to make sure it's inside this perimeter. So a little way, like if you see this line right here, I'm just moving it back behind that line a little bit. That way, when this is smooth, it's not pulling up too much on the legs. All right, select the other one, Control D. Just going to move that to the opposite side. All right, let's see what that looks like. All right, it looks pretty good. Now they're a little bit too low though. Let me switch all, or select all these groups. Just raise that up a little bit more. All right. There we go. So the feet are done. Let's open up our drawer here, and let's create a back to this. And that way we can go in here, and when we look, and this is actually kind of smooth. Let's fix this real quick. I'm going to do show, isolate selected, view selected. And this actually has kind of a lip. So let's see how we can create that. Shift right click, insert edge loop tool. Let's just put an edge loop in there. Alright, not sure why. Oh, okay, the whole thing's selected. Alright, I'm going to reselect this edge. That way my manipulator handle's right there. Just going to scale this up bigger. There we go. So all I did was just scale that up, but just make sure it stays inside. Alright, let me see what this is looking like in there. Alright, seems pretty lined up for the most part. Alright, let's add some edge loops. Shift right click, insert edge loop tool. We'll put one in here to keep that from rounding out too much, and put one up here to keep that from rounding out too much. So if we do a smooth preview now we've got this lip in there. Alright, I'm going to select this edge loop. Just scale that up a little bit just so that this floor isn't too rounded off. So there we go, just kind of straighten it up a little bit. Might do the same thing to this back one. Alright. Alright, okay, got some stuff showing in through the middle here. Alright, there we go. Alright, much better. Let's go and do a save. File, save scene as, and let's name this one _5. Alright, and bring everything back. Show, isolate, select, view selected. Let's create kind of a back to this this drawer right here. Let's see what this looks like back here. Can we use this? Use my paint select tool. Let's go to the polygon menu set and let's just duplicate that face. So edit mesh, duplicate face. Shift select the door, the body, shift select the body again. And then you should just end up with the door selected. So I'm going to go to my move tool. And what's going on there? I got something selected that I didn't want. Alright. Let's try this again. There we go. Alright, I'm just going to pull this out. Modify center pivot. I'm going to use my scale tool to flatten this out. Alright, let's move this back right there so we can see it. And actually, let's grab both of these right here. Show, isolate selected, view selected. That way it gets rid of everything except those two and we can work on it a little bit better. Alright, shift right click, insert edge loop tool, options box. Let me just make sure I got it on relative distance. I'm just gonna, let's see, before I do that, let me undo. I'm gonna shrink this a little bit just so that it's lined up with the outside edge of this drawer. So scale tool, just shrinking it down just so it lines up right there in the edge. Shift right click, insert edge loop tool. One there, and then one down here on this corner. Just like that. Alright, I'm going to select some vertices here. Actually, let's delete some faces. We don't need this face right there, and we don't need these. So it's kind of like a stair step I just created. I'm going to select this vertice, highlight this handle, V-snap it to this point. Again, select the vertice, highlight the handle in the direction I want to move that vertice, and I want to line it up with this vert right there, so I'm just going to press on the letter V, middle mouse drag over that vertice, snap it. Alright. Actually, I'm going to line these up. Alright, trying to think of the easiest way to do this. It's going to be possibly, let's see, let's go ahead and just cut face tool. I'm just going to cut that. I'm going to get rid of this side. Select all these vertices. Use my scale tool just to line them all up. Then I'm going to go to a top view or a front view and just line that, make sure that handle's selected, and this time I'm going to snap it to the center grid. To snap to the grid, press and hold down the letter X, and now you can middle mouse drag over this dark line and it snaps it right to that center grid. Alright, we're just going to work on half of this to get rid of this stuff. I'm going to delete all these edges for now. So delete. Delete. Alright, I just hit the delete button, so if I do F9, you can see we've got these extra vertices. So I'm just going to select them and delete them. Go all the way around. Got one there. Actually got a few of them there. Alright. Control D to duplicate. Channel box. Just negative value for X. Select both of these. Mesh combine. That way it's one object. Okay, it disappeared because we just need to do show view selected and then just isolate them again one more time. There we go. Alright, we need to merge those center vertices. So right now we've got 4 vertices selected. So I'm just going to merge. Now it goes to 2. So I know it merged good. I don't really need this center line anymore, so I'm going to delete it. Edit mesh, delete edge vertex. Alright, let's delete the history on this. Alright, I'm going to modify center pivot. I'm going to rotate this just a little bit, but let me bring back everything else because this kind of needs to line up with the face of the body. So isolate selected, view selected. Alright, so that kind of lines up with it right there, I think. Looks decent enough. I'm going to isolate that so we can work on it. Modify freeze transformations. Everything is zeroed out. Let's see, I'm going to turn on my edges so I can see my edges. We want to do a smooth on this so it's nice and round. But let's see, how do we want to do this to keep all these corners sharp? I think maybe let's just do this. Let's do an extrude. Yeah, let's just do an extrude right now. Click on this little blue handle. Grab the blue axis handle and move it in the direction of the arrow to keep your normals facing the right way. Let's give it some thickness, something about like that. There we go. Alright, I'm going to select the front and back faces, do another extrude in the channel box. I'm going to scroll down towards this offset, and I'm just going to offset that in a little bit. Alright, maybe something about like that. Back to object mode. I don't think I need this edge there, but we'll leave it there for now. Alright, if we do a smooth on it, you can see it's not quite doing what we want yet, but it's getting close. So let's do this. Let's select all the edges. So edge mode, I'm going to marquee drag around everything. And now I'm going to press and hold down the control button and deselect all these edges around here that I don't want. Alright, I'm going to do a bevel. Edit mesh. Bevel. Alright, let's see what we have now when we do a smooth. Alright, so it's holding the shape pretty decently. That's actually pretty good there. I thought we'd have to add some more stuff, but that actually is not bad results. Alright, so let's just go ahead and connect some stuff up. Alright, okay, we don't really need this edge loop here, so let's double click on that. Delete edge vertex. We can do the same thing with the back side. Alright, that's good. Shift right click, split polygon tool. I'm just gonna kind of add some edge loops here to split everything, or you could just do a poke face. That'd be the quickest and easiest way. You can just do a poke face. I think what I'm gonna do is kind of experiment here. I want to put a point right there in the center. So the way I want to do that is shift right click, split polygon tool, options box. I'm going to use snapping points along edge. Number of snapping points, 1. And the snapping tolerance, I'm going to put this up about halfway, 50%. That way I can drag, and when I get close to the middle, it snaps. You can see how my vertice just snapped there? Alright, so that's what we want right there. Alright, let me undo that one. Just hit delete button. There we go. Alright, everything's in quads except this top right here. Alright, this is in quads. And that's in quads. Everything's quads at the top and bottom, so the way I'm going to do it, I'll just let's just put a point there. And I'm just going to go all the way around. It should snap in the center because we got our snapping turned on. And let's do the top. Oops. Alright, actually we don't need this one on top. Delete edge. Not sure what I was thinking there. So I'll make sure these are looking alright. Alright. I'm going to delete this back half. Actually, no, we'll just go ahead and do the same thing on the back. Split polygon tool. Alright, so that piece is done. Alright, we got a little bit of shading right there where it's kind of pulling these edges a little more than I'd like. Actually, no, that's fine. We could add some more edge loops if we wanted to, but I think that's fine. Alright, let's move on. I don't want to get held up too long on one object, especially something simple like this. So I'm going to delete the history. Let's go back to show everything. Alright, let's make a few adjustments, I think, right down here. Alright, I want to keep everything planar, so if I grab, let me just grab these corners here. If I grab these corners and lift it straight up, it, see how it's pulling away from it, and rather than following along. So what I'm going to do is, with those selected, I'm going to press and hold down letter D, or you can press the insert button. Then I'm going to press and hold down letter V. So D and V is pressed down. Now I'm going to middle mouse drag on this vertice. Actually, we can't do that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to snap this one right here, this front one. Now I'm going to press and hold down letter C. And now I can drag this up and down and keep everything planar. D, V, snap. Alright, there we go. C, and now we can curve snap. So I'm just going to lift it up. Now I didn't have the outside one selected, so let me undo. Also select those outside vertices. I hope this is making sense to you. Alright. So I've got the whole row of vertices right there. I just need to lift it up some, because right now it's going down below. So the way I'm going to do it, again, press and hold down letter D, the letter V, middle mouse drag over this front vertice right there. And now if we can move this along this edge, then our vertices will move exactly along the same direction. So I'm just going to press hold down letter C, middle mouse drag on this curve, and now I can just move up and down this curve. Alright, there we go. That's what I want right there. Object mode, delete history on it. Let's go ahead and do a save. Alright, so now if we smooth that, let's move it back. Alright, I'll move it back probably about like that. Go open up the outliner, and let's call this drawer back. I'm going to take all these foot groups, group those together, call it group_feet. This drawer back, I'm going to add to the drawer level. So drawer back, middle mouse, drag it. Alright, so now it stays together. And this will actually get pulled out to about right there. Maybe not quite so much. Alright, there we go. Alright, that's going to conclude this video. Just make sure you save your work, and I will see you in the next video, and we'll go ahead and add some controls so that we can open up our drawer, open up the, or kind of rotate this forward instead of having to do everything in the channel box for each individual item. It'd just be a little bit easier. Alright, thanks for watching.